What we're going to be doing today is fill all these beds, and then we're going to do a bunch of planting, okay?
Yeah. Yes.
That is basically what we are doing today. Any questions? No.
In school, we so often thought of leaders as the strong, the bold, the quarterback, the most outspoken or aggressive.
And you're going to move it into the wheelbarrow, and then we're going to dump it right there.
But when it comes to cultivating new life in a garden, you just might be surprised at who takes charge.
There you go.
One of the coolest things to come out of the GreenSTEM at VCU Service Learning Program is that plants and herbs and trees weren't the only things to rise up from planting seeds. Teachers are finding out that leaders are rising to the occasion.
It's giving me more social skills, which I can use in school, and it's helping me with my science class because earlier this year we were learning about plants and stuff, so this really helped me out a lot.
It turns out that many students become leaders when they're interested in the subject matter. This isn't politics or sports. It's the great outdoors. It's trees and herbs and plants and seeds, and it's science with very fast results. Above all, students are finding their voice, their self-esteem, and their academic strength in the efforts they are making to enhance their community. So often when kids sitting in the back of the classroom, or kids who are the least likely to raise their hands when called on, find their voices when it comes time to get outside and do some planting.
Middle school is very hard as far as self-confidence goes, so having that to fall back on, that was like something I was good at, so I took that. And when I got into high school with the humanities program, we were all together. We all had the same interests. We were like in a community, so it really helped to like allow us to be proud of what we were doing.
Was that like sort of your first experience of saying, hey, I am part of something bigger than just myself?
Yes, definitely. And going out with our whole class as a group, we were going into the community, so we felt the connection within us and also within the community, so we were bringing that back into our high school experience.
What's it like to be in charge of something like this?
You have pressure and you learn leadership, basically, how to take on a higher role than what you think you can do. So that's what I've learned because I'm a shy person, and I took on a bigger role than my personality. So I feel good about it. In order to get somewhere, you have to prove yourself, and you have to show them what you got.
We do a lot of service learning, and we do a lot of outreach. So the kids not only understand that they have the ability to make a difference and that they have a voice, but they know how to use their voice. They know how to speak publicly. They know how to have their voice heard through words and through action. And I think that's a really good skill.
And these students are truly making their voices heard with their service to their community. They created their own volunteer projects and found themselves making their own choices and inspiring other students to serve their communities. Learning how to make group decisions, to resolve conflicts and come to consensus. These are lessons that students are learning in their community, lessons they can take back into their schools and their classrooms. That includes the fact that when you recycle and donate clothing, you're reducing energy use and reducing trash in landfills.
One of our projects we did was like a fashion show. Like we collected jeans and we just had like a fashion show, and we wore the jeans in the fashion show, and we just collected over 1,000 pair of jeans and we donated them.
We did a car wash, and like people paid money like to get their car washed from us, and then they could donate food to the cause.
I think it's our responsibility to do it now, but not just us, but also pass it along, like to teach it to other people and other people and other people. And eventually it will get out. Eventually somebody will make a difference.
Today's middle school students know more about mass communication than most adults do now. So when it's time to pull together their friends and family and do good works for the environment and their community, they know how to make it happen. These students are taking what they've learned about water conservation and they're spreading it across the school, the community, and they hope, the country.
We're making a video about how much water that we use and we wanted to show it to the whole school because not many people like realize how much water we use and how much is available. So we're making a video showing them how much is used per person and how much is like we can't get to, how much we're using now and how much is left. So like you'll have it, like if you watch it, then you'll understand like we don't have that much left like to use, so that you will conserve the water.
And service learning is really learning by doing. So once you start doing, you tend to forget that I should ask permission or that I should see if check to see if this is the right way. They just kind of dig in and start doing the project. So I think that learning by doing gives perhaps students that have self-confidence problems or are shy more of a space to show what they know.
These Spotsylvania kids are busy. The same group was working on posters for a garden so they could teach younger kids about the plants in that garden. And yet another group was working on a glog, a mix between a blog and a website. This glog is spreading the word about tree planting in a small business district.
We're telling people about the Rappahannock cleanups and riparian buffer restorations.
And what is that?
River cleanup, you basically just go and clean up the trash around the river and streams. And a riparian buffer restoration is basically a tree planting. And you just go plant trees by the river so it catches the litter.
I guess it feels like millions of people can understand what you're trying to do, because with the use of the internet, anyone can go on and look at what you're doing and could try to help you.
Apparently, Zoe and Nicholas understand how to use their voices. Just 2 weeks later, check out the result of their communication. More than 20 students and friends came out to plant a whole lot of trees. They even came out in cool, drizzly weather. They found their voice and used it to make their community a better place to live. So here's the deal. Students who are the quiet ones, the ones who don't want to raise their hands for every question or don't have the loudest voice, guess what? This is different. The lesson is pretty simple. If it's interesting, if it is fun, if it's what you like, then you can lead. You can get things done because it's what interests you. All these students can now say, I have a voice.
Go Green!